Natalia, and I'm here to do a video on cooking. And I've been doing posts about a lot of different recipes recently, and so I want to share with you my particular favorite, and it's spaghetti with a homemade garlic sauce and pan-seared broccoli with a honey ginger sauce. Now, I'm a particularly passionate person, so I love to cook to Spanish music, and of course you can't cook passionately without alcohol. Alright, let's get started. So I'm going to boil some water real quick to do the spaghetti in. So we're just going to let that simmer, and once it's boiling, we're going to put 1 serving full of spaghetti into the boiling water. Now, how you tell the amount of spaghetti you need is by creating a ring with your fingers, and that is the amount of spaghetti that is needed for 1 serving. So we're just going to even that out and set the 1 serving aside while we wait for that to boil. Okay, so the water's boiling now, so I've broken the spaghetti in half to fit in the pan, and we're just going to put it right in, and we're going to turn it down to a medium-low and let it simmer for 11 minutes. And in the meantime, we're going to turn up the music and we're going to dance. Hi, so we're back and the noodles are finished. So we're just going to put them in a plate here, and then we'll start on the sauce. And they've come out looking really nice. You're just going to pile them all in the plate. Kind of try and center them because we're going to do a nice little plate setting. And that way it looks really nice and pretty. Alright, and now we're going to clean out the pan, and then we'll start on the sauce. Alright, so now that we've emptied out the water, we're going to put a little bit of oil in the pan. We want to spread that around, make sure that it's nice and slick. Perfect. Then you want to open 1 can of petite diced tomatoes, and you're going to pour that into the pan and let that cook down. But before you let it cook down, you're going to add about a tablespoon of minced garlic. And you can add more or less depending on whether or not you really like garlic. I happen to like garlic. Then you're going to add some chives. I personally like to keep some freeze-dried chives around because I tend to like them. So anywhere from about half a tablespoon to a tablespoon is about what I put in. Again, adjust to how you like the certain flavors. And then I use a little bit of Cajun seasoning. This particular blend has salt in it, so I don't have to add salt as well. But if you add a blend that doesn't have salt, you definitely want to add salt, because salt makes the dish. You don't want to skimp on salt. Alright, and then we're just going to stir this in gently. That way it's not splashing all over the place. And then we're going to let it cook down, and you'll be able to see that the tomatoes will start to look, in particular, darker and more like an actual spaghetti sauce rather than this lighter, more pastel color that you see now. Alright, so we'll be back in a few with the sauce completed. So we're back and the sauce is done, and as you can see, it's nice. And I simmered it over a medium-low heat, and you can see that it's thickened and it's got that really nice homemade spaghetti sauce, just the way an Italian mother would make it. And now we're just gonna pile it on the middle of this. Make a nice little mound. Just like that. All right, and then we're gonna rinse this out and we're gonna pan sear the broccoli next. All right, so now that we've got the pan rinsed out, we're gonna put a little bit of oil in there. After all, we can't have a dry pan, especially if we're gonna pan sear some broccoli. And you're just gonna throw these in. Some of the bigger pieces you wanna break up. Just use your fingers, don't be shy. Some pieces don't wanna break up. All right. And I think I'm gonna break that one up a little bit. All right, so we're gonna just wait for these to sear. You can see that it'll soak up some of the oil on each side, and we're going to rotate them after they have seared for just like a minute, maybe a minute and a half on each side. And then it will get really green, really wonderful, and oh, so tasty. All right, so we've finished searing them on one side, and as you can see, they've got a nice little brownness to them. So I like to put them on their tops because you want that brown on the actual foliage of the broccoli. All right, so now we're just gonna wait for that to brown fully, and then we're done with the broccoli, and we can start the honey ginger sauce. All right, so the broccoli is finished, and we're just going to place the broccoli in a circular fashion around the plate. She'll make this nice little green pop. You know, presentation is always good. It's always nice. All right. Now we can do the honey ginger sauce. Again, we're going to place a little bit more oil in there because you never want to cook in a dry pan, especially when you're cooking in cast iron. And we're going to flip that around a little, make sure it's nice and greased. Now you're going to take one slice of a cara orange and cut that up a little high. And you want to place about a tablespoon or so full of honey into the pan. Nice. Do some more of that. Really squeeze out all the juice. And then you're going to add some ginger. Just sprinkle it on in. And then you're going to want to stir it. And that nice golden froth is what we want to see. I'm going to stir it for probably maybe 30 seconds or more. Doesn't take that long. And now that it's turned golden, and that's that golden brown, that's what we want to see. And now we're just going to drizzle it across the broccoli.